I still remember the exact moment my hands started shaking. Tuesday morning. Coffee in one hand. Mail in the other. Just another ordinary day. I wasn't expecting anything. Maybe a utility bill. Maybe a coupon. Instead, I got a letter that changed everything. The return address said Maplewood HOA Management Office. I almost threw it away unopened. I wish I had. Because when I unfolded that paper, one number jumped off the page and hit me like a freight train. $47,000. I read it 3 times. Then 4. Then I sat down on my porch steps because my legs stopped working. The letter said I violated Section 12 Paragraph 4 of the Maplewood Community Standards. My fence, my brand new cedar fence, was painted the wrong shade of beige. Not the wrong color. The wrong shade. They said I used sandstone cream. The approved color was desert warm. 2 shades too light. $47,000. Right then something shifted inside me. Not panic. Not sadness. Something colder. Something quieter. I decided I wasn't going to pay. I called the HOA office that same afternoon. The president, Gerald Hutchins, answered on the second ring. His voice had that particular kind of smugness. The voice of a man who had never once been told no. He told me the fine was final. 30 days to pay or face a lien on my property. A lien. On my home. For beige. I told Gerald I'd be in touch. Then I spent 4 hours reading every HOA document I had ever signed. Every bylaw. Every amendment. Every addendum nobody ever reads. And that's when I found the first crack. The fine structure Gerald cited had been amended in 2019. Maximum allowable fine for a color violation was $500. Not $47,000. That number existed nowhere in writing except the letter he sent me. Where did that number come from? I didn't say anything. Not yet. I bought a small blue notebook and labeled the first page evidence. That notebook would eventually have 94 pages in it. I hired a real estate attorney named Patricia Chen. Sharp. Direct. And she did not like Gerald Hutchins before she even met him. She filed a formal dispute and requested full financial disclosure from the HOA board. A legal right most homeowners don't know they have. Gerald's response took 11 days. 200 pages. Spreadsheets, meeting minutes, budget reports going back 6 years. Patricia called me that evening. Something is very wrong here, she said. The HOA collected $340,000 annually from 87 homes. Operating costs should have run around $180,000 per year. Healthy surplus every single year. But the reserve fund held $12,000. 6 years of surpluses. Millions of dollars passing through. $12,000 left. Where did it go, I asked. Patricia paused. That, she said, is exactly the right question. Patricia subpoenaed bank records through the dispute process. Legal. Completely within our rights. Gerald's attorney objected 3 times. The judge overruled him 3 times. Records came through on a Thursday afternoon. Patricia sent me one text. Call me now. Gerald had created a shell company in 2018. A landscaping company called Greenview Property Solutions. For 6 years the HOA had been paying Greenview for landscaping services. Substantial payments. Regular payments. Increasing payments. Greenview Property Solutions had 1 employee. Gerald Hutchins. 6 years. Fake invoices, fake services. Real cash. Total amount $1.2 million. He fined me $47,000 for the wrong shade of beige while stealing $1.2 million from our neighborhood. I closed my eyes. Took a breath. Opened my notebook to a fresh page. Then I called the FBI. I did not call the police. I did not confront Gerald. I did not post anything on social media. I told nobody except Patricia and FBI Special Agent Torres, who met us at Patricia's office 6 days later. Torres asked us to keep the dispute moving forward publicly. Let Gerald believe this was still just a fence argument. So that's what we did. For 9 more weeks I attended HOA meetings, argued about paint colors, filed paperwork, complained about the fine in front of the whole board. Gerald smirked at me across that conference table every single time. He thought he was winning. He had no idea what was coming. Wednesday morning in March. Gerald Hutchins arrested at his home at 6:47 a.m. Federal charges: wire fraud, embezzlement, money laundering. My neighbor Linda texted me in all caps at 7:15 a.m. I already knew. The HOA was dissolved by court order 30 days later. All pending fines, including my $47,000, were immediately voided. 6 months after that, I received a settlement check, $180,000. I stood in my kitchen holding that check for a long time, looking at my name on it, thinking about that Tuesday morning. The coffee, the mail, the shaking hands. Gerald Hutchins is currently serving 7 years in federal prison. My fence is still sandstone cream. I repainted it last spring, added a second coat, made it a little brighter than before. Nobody said a word. If this story hit different, subscribe. New justice drops every single day. You won't want to miss what's coming next.